Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Lifting Fishing in Life here, bringing you another Bucket List Blitz, episode 2.1. Now, the reason that this is episode 2.1 is because this is actually going to become a little bit of a series in itself, and it won't be until episode, I don't know, maybe I might make it episode 3 that this project is actually complete because it is very much incomplete right now, incomplete. So, anyway, what I have for you guys today is a fully functioning Rubik's Cube in Excel. So all of that, all of that is cube notation, and all of it works correctly. Everything is good. Life is good. I'll explain to you guys what kind of is going on here, but first and foremost, I want to tell you guys what the full end goal objective of this series is. So the end goal objective of the series is to take Excel and where you can put in all of your cube, you can put your cube here, and from there, Excel can solve it and tell you how to solve it. So Excel will spit you out notation, and if you do that notation, you will end up with a solved cube like this. So first and foremost, this is the front face. This is the face that you're looking at all times when you are solving the cube. So just understand that before you go. Like, for example, R, that's R from the front face perspective. So the front face is going to change. So just understand that. And this is the cube notation. I have this listed here, and I got these images from jperm.net/3x3/moves, and super simple, super easy to follow. The front face in this case being that blue, which we can also do here. We can make that blue, that front face, in case you're confused about that. That front face would be blue. So let's say we do U. If we do U, then there's going to be reds, greens on the side. So U, reds, greens on the side. So this is kind of the 3D representation of what's going on here. So guys, I'm going to get into a little bit of the detail on how I'm doing this. First off, I'm doing this just for fun. This is literally just something so I can sit here and learn a little more about VBA and Excel, because I've done all the easy stuff, but there's a lot of hard things coming, lots of if-then statements, and it's going to get very ugly very quick. But we are going to work our way through this, and it's going to be a very fun and very fulfilling project. So I'm going to explain kind of what this D is doing. So first off, I'll show you D. This is D. So D rotates the bottom of the cube. Okay, so this is kind of the same way that all of the other notations work, but this is just more of a simple one, so I can just kind of show you guys pretty easily what's going on in every single one of these. It's kind of just a copy of D. I mean, all of them have their different quirks, but you'll kind of see what I'm saying as we go on. So first and foremost, what we have to do is copy this full cube in whatever notation that you have over to our back end. Okay, and the reason that we have a back end is, for example, if we press R, okay, so that's going to bring our blue up here, our white up here, our green up here, and it's going to bring our yellow back here. And if you perform the R movement, see, white, blue on top, and then I think it's something like it, the notation's right. It must be yellow on the back, green on the bottom. So that is R. So the reason that we need to copy it over to a back end, which this here is the back end, it's just the cube, it's the same thing. And the reason we have to copy it over to a back end is because there's going to be a point here where we copy this white up to here. So we copy these 3 spaces up to here. Now the issue arises when you have these 3 spaces are the same as these 3 spaces. So you have copy and pasted this to here already. So so in reality, these 6 are white for a short amount of time. So from here, the problem arises is, what about these 3? What about what these 3 spaces were? So they really were blue, blue, blue. we need that blue, blue, blue to be up here, but right now, because we just copied this white up here, these are both white. So this blue, blue, blue needs to be copied up here, and that's why we copy everything over from to the back end first, and then we move off the back end. So in reality, the back end is just a copy of what's going on here. So, and it obviously it copies this at the very end as well. So that means it would match up. It matches up. The back end matches up with what the cube looks like. But what we do is we copy. Basically, if it's hard to follow along, I could understand why, because I'm just not very good at explaining this. So I have it written out. So I'm going to kind of say what I've written out. So the issue is if both are white, but we need to copy and paste the green pieces to that location, we can't because they are turned white. And Excel goes line by line when you're running your code. So these two are white, but in reality we need these. So this copies straight from the back end, and it pulls them up there. It pulls those blues up there, and then it pulls those yellows down here, and then it pulls these greens right here, and there's the end of the cycle. So sorry if that was a freaking train wreck to try and understand all that, but that's kind of what's going on. See, Excel goes line by line. So we got this line first, the copy first, and then from here we're going to copy everything from the back end to the cube. So first off, we copy the whole entire cube to the back end, and then we copy everything from the back end to the cube. And once again, like I said, then we copy the cube all the way to the back end so that it looks the same. So for example, we do R prime, L, whatever, D, L prime, whatever, doesn't matter. That's going to match up back here for some reason. Now I might actually end up tweaking that and making that to where that does not copy over to here, because either way, this is going to be copied. This is the first command to be copied over to this anyway. So maybe we can work on doing an undo button here eventually in the future, but not today. So now I'm going to go through the resetty command. It's easy. It just resets your cube. It doesn't reset the back end, but it just resets your cube. And all that does is really copy this back end this back up, back over. So we have the cube, the notation, back end, back up. Back end is for messing around with the cube. Back up is literally just a picture of what the cube should look like. So, I'll show you that code real quick. That's actually the easiest code of the whole entire thing. It's literally one simple copy and paste. Copy straight from back up, straight over to the cube, and then select A1. I just like selecting A1 because it looks pretty. So now we get to our face commands, and this is kind of the same thing as, this is in fact the exact same thing as the rotations of the cube. For example, R, L, D, B, whatever, doesn't matter. So what they're kind of saying is like left face. So if I'm looking at the cube straight on, so I'm looking at green, and I want to see the left face, that means I'm going to have to rotate the cube to the right. So in my hand, I rotate that cube to the right. So that's why it's left face, and has an arrow pointing right. As you can see, that changes that red from over there to back over where it needs to be, in the middle where you want it. And if I wanted to do right face, I could do that. And just to prove to you guys that this thing functions completely correctly, I'll do some random moves. And right face, everything works. It's a bit of a nightmare, but it all works. Then we hit resetty for fun. There we go. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk about kind of what I want to do in the future with this thing, which I already kind of spilled the beans on that. But one of the reasons that I wanted to do this project was to kind of understand what the algorithms that I know actually do. For example, FURF, so that'd be F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F. I kind of want to know what this actually does and why it works in the same way, or in the way it does. Keep in mind that both of these are solved. Just keep that in mind because that's kind of how you solve the cube. I'm gonna go from the bottom, from a solved cube and work my way down through the possible cube notations and kind of use some if-then statements to make that a little bit easier on me whenever I get to our final product, which is going to be, a solved cube Excel document. So you just put your stuff in here, put it all in here, and the Excel tells you what to do. So not only that, but I want to make an undo button here eventually, and I want to, make that solver. So guys, look, I'm going to wrap it up there for the day. So what I'm going to do is put in the background of this, I'm going to put me solving just a random scrambled up cube from what I know on this program. It's really difficult to solve on this program because it's really hard to visualize what's happening on the actual cube in this program. But anyway, guys, wish me luck. Love y'all. Be good. Verse of the day coming right up, and here it is.
Alrighty guys, so I want to add something on to the end of that video. I also want to make a randomizer feature on my Rubik's Cube Excel document that randomizes the pieces, but in a way that's actually possible, because there's only so many red corner pieces, so many blue corner pieces, yellow corner pieces, side pieces, and whatnot. So I want to make it to where it's actually possible and those pieces connect and whatnot. Anyway, as you can see, the footage in the background is me actually solving the cube on the Excel document. It took about 9 minutes. Like I said, it's pretty dang convoluted, kind of difficult to figure it out, but it is what it is. It was still a fun time. It's my second time solving it. So anyway, guys, for the verse of the day today, we got Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 31. You are my flock, the flock of my pasture. You are my... Oh, crap. My bad, guys. I wrote it down, but I forgot that I didn't finish writing it down. Okay, you are my flock, the flock of my pasture. You are men, and I am your God, says the Lord God. And guys, to me, this verse, it humbles me, It tells me my place in this world, I am just a sheep. I am just a sheep following God and following Jesus Christ to the ends of the earth. That's the way I want to live my life. So that's how, it's just the way I want to live. I just want to be a disciple of God. I want to be a disciple of Christ. I want to be everything that God wants me to be. So, I am God's flock, and I am in God's pasture, guys, and I hope you are too, guys. I'm praying for you. Y'all pray for me. I always need it. Better days to come. Peace out. Love you guys.